All right, today we're going to take a tour of one of the most incredible factories you'll ever see. And guess what? It's inside you. We're talking about your digestive system. This amazing, complex setup that takes, your lunch and turns it into the fuel that keeps you going. I mean, think about it. We all eat, right? Multiple times a day. But have you ever really stopped to wonder what happens after that first bite? What's the deal with that sandwich once you swallow it? Where's it headed? How in the world does it become, well, you? Come on, let's follow the food and find out. Okay, so this diagram right here, that's our roadmap for this whole adventure. We're going to follow a piece of food from the very beginning, the first bite, all the way down the esophagus, into the stomach, and see what happens next. We're going to uncover all the secrets at each stop. Seriously, think of it like the ultimate road trip, but for your lunch. So our journey kicks off right where you'd think it would. But what's wild is that even in these first few seconds, some seriously complex stuff is already happening. Things are kicking into high gear right away. All right, so here are the first three major stops on our tour. First up, the mouth. That's kind of like the welcome center where everything gets started. Then the food takes a ride down the esophagus, which is like this express highway. And finally, it lands in the stomach, the big processing plant. And trust me, each of these spots has a super important, very specific job to do. Digestion literally starts the second you begin to chew. This first part is what we call mechanical digestion. Your teeth, they're basically a super powerful grinder, just mashing up those big chunks of food into a mush that's way easier to handle. This is, without a doubt, the most essential first step to getting all that good energy out of your food. But wait, it's not just about grinding things up. There's chemistry involved, right from the start. Your spit, your saliva, it's got this special enzyme in it called amylase, and this is where chemical digestion kicks off. Amylase gets right to work breaking down carbs and starches into simple sugars. You can even test this. Ever notice how a piece of bread gets a little sweet if you just chew on it for a while? That's amylase doing its thing. Okay, so once you swallow, how does that food actually get down to your stomach? You might think it's just gravity, right? Nope, it's way cooler than that. Your esophagus uses this incredible process called peristalsis. It's basically these waves of muscle contractions that squeeze and push the food along. Yeah, just like squeezing the last bit of toothpaste out of the tube. It's an active push. And we've arrived at the stomach. This is where your food hangs out for a few hours, getting churned and mixed with some seriously powerful stuff. We're talking gastric juices, hydrochloric acid, enzymes, the works. By the time the stomach is done, your food is basically this soupy, slushy mixture called chyme. Yeah, kind of a weird word, I know. But now it's perfectly prepped for the next major stop. All right, pop quiz time. I bet you've heard this one before. All the digestion, all the important stuff happens in the stomach. Is that a fact or is it a bluff? Come on, what do you think? If you said bluff, you are 100% correct. Big time bluff. Look, the stomach is a major player, for sure, but it is not the whole story. Not even close. I mean, like we just talked about, digestion gets going in the mouth. And the really wild part, the most crucial step of all, actually absorbing all those nutrients, that happens at the next stop on our journey. So now, let's head to the main event. Welcome to the real powerhouse of the entire system. This, my friends, is where the magic truly happens, where food becomes fuel. The small intestine is this super long, winding tube, and it's where the final breakdown of food goes down. But here's the thing. It doesn't do it alone. It's got a crew. It gets some major help from its buddies, the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. They all send in their own special juices to help finish the job. And this is what it's all about, absorption. This is the moment where all the good stuff, all the vitamins, the minerals, the proteins, the sugars, gets pulled out of that mush and passed right into your bloodstream. From there, it gets delivered to literally every single cell in your body. So you might be asking, how is the small intestine so ridiculously good at this? Well, get this. Its inside walls are lined with millions of these tiny finger-like things called villi, and those are covered in even tinier things called microvilli. What this does is create a massive surface area for grabbing all those nutrients. How massive? If you could somehow flatten out the inside of your small intestine, it would cover an entire tennis court. No joke. Okay, let's bust another classic myth. Every single one of us heard this as a kid, I guarantee it. If you swallow your gum, it's going to sit in your stomach for 7 years. Come on, you know the one. Is it a fact or is it a bluff? Yep, you got it. That is a huge bluff. Your digestive system is way, way too smart to let that happen. Let's talk about what actually goes on. So here's the real deal. The synthetic base of chewing gum, your body just can't break it down. It doesn't have the tools. So it just recognizes it as waste, something it can't use, and sends it on its way through the entire system with everything else. It comes out the other end. No 7-year hotel stay required, I promise. So our digestive system is obviously amazing at sorting out the good stuff from the junk, but its job doesn't stop there. It's not working in a bubble, you know? It's the fuel provider for your entire body, and it works hand in hand with pretty much every other system you've got. I mean, just take a look at this. Your circulatory system, it needs those nutrients to keep your heart pumping strong. Your muscles, they need that fuel for you to walk, run, literally do anything. Your brain, it's a huge energy hog. It needs that supply to think and focus. Even your bones need those nutrients to grow and repair. See? It's all connected. So, after seeing just how hard this internal factory works for us 24/7, the obvious question is, how can we help it out? How do we take care of it? Let's go over a few simple tune-up tips. And look, this isn't rocket science. Eating a balanced diet with lots of fiber, that helps keep everything moving along smoothly. Staying hydrated, drinking enough water, is absolutely critical for, well, every single step we just talked about. And, since your gut and brain are so tightly connected, things like managing your stress and getting regular exercise can make a massive positive difference. And that, believe it or not, brings us to the end of our tour. This incredible system works tirelessly, day in and day out, to power your whole life. I mean, everything, from your ability to think to your ability to move, it all starts with a healthy gut. So it leaves us with one question. What's one small thing you're going to do for your inner food factory today?